Hi, I'm Janette Wilcken. I have been a member of Idle Courses Academy since January of 2021. I am a former school teacher and I officially resigned from teaching school at the end of the 2021 school year. And in October 2021, I landed my first Idle role and I now work as a learning and development specialist for a pediatric healthcare company. So the way that I got connected with my volunteer client is that one of our mentors and coaches in the academy had posted in the academy network that she had a friend who was starting up a new respiratory clinic and would like to work with someone from the academy to help develop some instructional materials for her new clinic. So this came at a perfect time for me. I had just had one volunteer client that I had made arrangements with who wasn't going to be able to work with me for a while. It was kind of, fell through within the timeline that I wanted to create my portfolio. So I responded to that message in the network, and then that client reached out to me and we went from there. So the volunteer client that I did work for was just starting up a new respiratory clinic. And the first project that she asked me to do for her was to create a standard operating procedures document that she could use in training her new hires how to teach their patients to use a home sleep test device. And so I developed that for her, and I did it with a strong graphic design and put it in my portfolio as a job aid. She was really pleased with it and reported back to me even weeks later that she was definitely using it to train her new hires. While I was developing that for her, I kept thinking how I could make a really great instructor-led training with this information. And so I kind of pitched that idea to her. I asked her if I could create an instructor-led training for teaching her sleep coaches in the use of this device and then how to train their patients to use it. And she told me that they actually didn't need that because she actually was contracted with a third party who would come in and do that for them. But I asked her if I could still do it anyway so that I could get the experience and have this project to put in my portfolio. And she agreed that I could use the information about the device and the information about her company. And she even was willing to do a needs analysis with me, kind of a pretend needs analysis since she didn't really need it. But I was able to go through the whole process in creating that project. And so it was really beneficial. And I created the facilitator guide, the participant guide, and as well as the digital presentation that accompanied it. And it was really, it was a great experience. And it was also a really great portfolio piece because in the time that I was interviewing, all of the hiring managers that I had the opportunity of interviewing with were most interested in looking at that project because it showed the whole process. So, so that was a really beneficial project that I was able to work on with her. So I feel like the work that I did with the volunteer client was really beneficial for me in a lot of ways. First of all, it gave me some real practical hands-on experience that I could use and that I could speak to when I was going through the interview process. I had a subject matter expert and a stakeholder that I was working with. That was my volunteer client. I worked with a real business problem, a real business goal, and went through the process of analyzing the instruction that needed to take place in order to get to that goal. And so it benefited me that way. Also, it allowed me to create some really good, authentic pieces for my portfolio. But I would say the way that working with my volunteer client benefited me the most was that it's actually the thing that helped me get the job that I have now. The hiring manager for this job, after I completed the interview process, some of the feedback that she gave was that she really liked that I had taken the initiative to reach out to a volunteer client and to actually go through the whole process with her and do the work that I did. So having that volunteer client is actually one of the things that helped me get the job that I have now.